Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
Two teams today that ranked teams that lost to unranked teams. One was Marquette, who lost to, I have to say the name. I was going to try to get away without saying the name Seton Hall for the whole show because our producer, Dagan Hughes, went to that place in Newark, right? It's in Newark. That's what I should have said. South Orange, Newark. It's the same thing. It's the same. Anyway, Marquette ended up losing to the team from South Orange today. And the team from South Orange has won some big games. And I give Shaheen Holloway a ton of credit because, again, we've talked a little bit about his ability to make the most out of a tough situation because he doesn't have a ton of NIL. And he's now knocked off 3 ranked teams in the Big East over the last few weeks. And UConn, Providence, and now Marquette. We're not going to talk that much about the team from South Orange. We're going to talk about the team in Milwaukee, Marquette, Rob. And Tyler Kolek today did not have one of his Tyler Kolek type games. Actually, I'm going to start with Jerel. Because
I was going to say, man, we got the Marquette leading scorer here, and you're going to sit here and talk to me.
I was going to go with, I was going to, but yes, let's go with Jerel. And I ask you, Jerel, what the hell's wrong with Marquette right now? Because I know it's a road game in the Big East, but like Seton Hall, and I know they've won some good games, but Marquette should be winning this game. If you're talking about them as a Final Four contender, they should win this game, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think they should. And to be honest with you, it was a game that was there for them to win. They didn't make quite enough plays throughout the course of the game. But just being honest with you, Marquette they're a different kind of team. They're really good. We've been riding high. We got a ton of our nucleus back this year. But just watching over the last couple of years, it's kind of a strange dynamic because I feel like they still have a very thin margin for error. Like they have a handful of guys who really need to play well for them to win consistently against Big East opponents night in and night out. And granted, tonight TK didn't play great. You got to tip your hat to Shaheen Holloway. I think they did a really good job guarding ball screens tonight. And just scheming some things up to try to take away some easy looks for Kolek and make some of these other guys beat him. And to be honest, I think that's kind of becoming a growing trend. I feel like Providence did something similar, but it wasn't the exact same thing. They kind of just forced him into playing almost one-on-one and tried to stay home and take away a lot of his passing options. And, he played well enough. He scored points and things like that. But it's just different ways that people are going to try to attack them. But the number one thing for me is just this. And I guess this is just kind of my pet peeve about it is, physicality is the key word with them. Well, they struggle with teams that are really, really physical. And Seton Hall isn't a team that's going to wow you with their skill set and their talent and their outside shooting ability. Granted, the one kid made 4 or 5, I think, from the 3 tonight, but he was really the only one that made more than 1 3. But those guys are big, they're strong, they're physical, and it was a grown man's game tonight. Those guys were putting their heads down and they were driving until they felt contact and somebody stopped them with their body. And then once they did that, they kind of got it about 10 to 12 feet away from the basket and they played ball off of it. And I feel like more and more that's kind of what Marquette struggles with. We don't have the most physical or the most physically imposing guards in the world. We're not the biggest team in the world outside of Oso. I think Shaka did do a good job because I think he's going to have to do this. He's going to have to go to that 2 big lineup and kind of put Ben Gold at the 4 a little bit more when we're kind of outmatched on the size or the physicality standpoint, just to give us a little bit more size and help with the rebounding. But, at the end of the day, the guards are going to have to hold up. Chase Ross went out tonight, and to be honest, he's probably the most physically imposing and the athletic guard that we have on our team. So that was a big miss too. He's the one guy where you don't worry about a guy bumping and grinding him all the way from the free throw line down to 2 feet in front of the basket and just turning around and scoring on it. He's the one guy we can put in our lineup that you don't have to worry about that. But, Marquette is going to be okay. They're going to get things back going and everything like that. But you got to tip your hat to Seton Hall, man. Shaheen has been good.
Jerel,
I'm still in. I'm still in,
Final
Jeff.
Four contender. You are. Okay.
Absolutely.
I am too,
I'm still in.
but everything's got to break right for them. That's what I'll say is like Marquette's going to need the right matchups. Like you said, Seton Hall's not a good matchup for Marquette. They're not, especially on the road.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.